Hi, I'm Caitlin and I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to make a fleece tie blanket. Right here you can see the list of materials that you're going to need. You're going to need a sharp pair of scissors, and then you're going to need 2 pieces of fleece fabric. You can see my spread out right here. I have enough room to spread out both pieces of my blanket. And lastly, I have my hands ready to work. So, your first step is really easy. You just need to get your scissors, and you need to get 2 pieces of fabric from any store. You can get it either at Hobby Lobby or Walmart or any fabric store that you know of, and make sure to get 2 yards of each fabric. Step number 2 is simply to lay the fabric on top of each other, making sure that you get the edges as close together as possible. Now step number 4 is real simple. We just want to make sure that we don't have any extra fabric. Like this white piece, we don't really want that. And also because I didn't have much room to work with, I'm just going to make a clean line, and I'm just going to take my scissors and trim all the way down. Also under step 4, we're going to go all the way around the edges and make sure that they're all lined up. See, that's not that much, that's okay, but when you look at the other side, you want to make sure that they're lined up closely, and if not, you're just going to go ahead and trim the fabric. Step number 4 is to cut a square from each one of your corners. Here's the fabric. I already cut that square out, and then I still need to go cut the square from the rest of the 3 corners. Now step number 5 is to actually start cutting so that we can tie our blanket. You can see I've already cut this whole side. What you want to do is start on one of the long sides, and you're going to cut about 1 inch deep or thick and 3 inches long. And you're just going to continue this all the way down. So step number 6 is to take all those strips that you cut and simply tie them into a double knot. If you look closely, you can see that when I did my knot, I had the opposite fabric showing when you pulled it. So when we look at the gray side, we'll see the pink, and when we look at the pink side, we'll see the gray. So step number 7, once you've already tied your other long side, you're going to switch to the side that you haven't cut yet, the long side that you haven't cut yet. And it's really important to start in the opposite corner that you started in. That way you don't end up pulling the fabric. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut all the way down just like you did in the other side. All the way down. And then you're going to start back in this corner, and you're going to tie just like you did before. Okay, so now that you have a completely tied blanket, what you're going to do, which is step number 9, we're just going to go look around and look for any areas that look kind of like this. You see how the knots are bunched together? And what you're going to do is you're just going to pull them apart. So now that you're done making your blanket, the safety information, there really isn't much danger associated with making a tie blanket, but it is really important to wash your blanket, because when you buy that fleece from the store, it usually has chemicals in it, and if you're really sensitive, you might actually want to wash your pieces of fabric before you make your blanket. My blanket is for a baby blanket, so I'm going to make sure to wash it before I give it to the baby, obviously. So this has been a tutorial on how to make a fleece tie blanket. I hope it was helpful. I've been making these blankets for a long time. I now have a new blanket for my new little niece, and I hope you guys make one too.